This podcast was produced by B. Haywood for Confirmed Podcast Network.
This is the Big and Lazy Podcast. Give us something good to eat. Give us something good to watch. This is the Big and Lazy Podcast. Welcome back. Welcome back to my loyal supporters and fans, man. We're back with another special guest. We got Dre Waters, man. Welcome to the set, man.
What's popping, baby?
And thank you for bringing us some delicious waters, man.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Waters, have a splash, man. You know?
That's what's up. How'd you get into the water game? Like, that's unique. Like, you got people sell. A lot of people sell plates. Typical, but you don't see too many people with their own water, man. Like, how does that?
First things first, like you said, not just the plates on other shit. You said typical.
Yeah.
I try to do anything but the typical thing, man. One thing about our community is that when we see somebody else do it,
Mm-hmm.
everybody jumps along.
Yeah.
And a lot of time, in my mind, I think it's born from some hater shit. It's sort of like, well, if he could do it, I know I could do it.
Yeah.
If she could do it, I know I could do it. Not really understanding what that person put into it, how they became a professional, and it waters down a lot of the industries we got. So for me, I was trying to find a way, to have some merchandise that everybody don't have, and that's essential.
Right.
You know what I
water
mean?
is essential to motherfucker.
You did what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And it really started, I was trying to find a way, I do mentoring and programming and everything. I was trying to find a way to teach my son them how to hustle some years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rather than dope and all the other shit. So I thought about newspapers. I thought about lemonade stands.
Yeah.
And I had seen something where somebody was selling a pallet of water. It was right before the pandemic. Pallets of waters, like 2,000 waters for like $300.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, man, you know what? I should buy them for $300 and have the boys sell all of them for $1.
Right.
And they'll kill it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it, the thought evolved. Damn, if I put my name on some water, that would be crazy. Oh shit, my last name is Waters.
Uh-huh.
Like we gotta do this. It's how the that's how the thought materialized.
That's what's up, man. Last name was that's a match made in heaven right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So growing up, man, you say you always been a hustler, man. So where you think that hustler spirit came from, man?
But I'm a little ghetto boy, man.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? A lot of people know me as DeShandre or the cool dude Dre, but
Yeah.
I'm a little ghetto kid. I'm Southwick Project, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This, that, and the third. My uncle was a hustler. My
Mhm.
granny was a hustler. My granddaddy's a hustler. My daddy, a hustler. So it's natural. I always had the spirit. And, just coming up, we ain't have everything.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So I always wanted to find a way to make something shake. And that's how it was for me. You know what I mean? My homie turned me on to something when I was about 14, 15.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was sick and tired of on picture day. My mama didn't necessarily have the money, or unless picture day fall on a payday, this,
Right.
that, and the third.
Uh-huh.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to get it, man. I wanted to, first thing I did, I remember I got some money, man. I bought my mama a coat. It was about 25 years ago. I got my mama a coat that she
Yeah.
just got rid of about 3 years ago. She had it for 20 years. I went and bought some food stamps, put some food in the refrigerator.
Right.
I got my little brother a haircut, and I paid for my own school pictures.
Yeah.
It made me feel great.
Uh-huh.
From that moment on, I just embraced the hustler spirit, peeps.
Right.
You know?
It is, man. And like hustling, like when people think of hustling, they think of illegal stuff. Like you said, you can hustle waters, newspapers,
Yeah.
you can hustle podcasts, you can hustle
Yeah.
t-shirts, merch. You the guy he be at the getting off at the exit right there at Doomanil. He hustle, like you said, hustle waters, you know what I mean? On a
Yes,
hot
sir.
summer day. So I'm assuming that hustle was illegal at the time. So how does you transfer, like how does you transfer from a illegal hustle to something positive, to a negative into a positive?
Just be quite honest, I always was intelligent enough. You know what I mean? I always understood that my value wasn't solely attached to the streets, to a pistol, to some dope. You dig what I'm saying? I understood that inherently. So I always wanted to be a businessman.
Right.
Even when even the gangsters that I looked up to. I
Uh-huh.
looked up to mafia figures.
Yeah.
I looked up to heads of organizations, people who had business minds,
Right.
who had emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying? So for me, and then when I went to college, basketball, I went to college, went to K-State, and I was an accounting major because I figured that whatever it is, I'm gonna run my own business, and I want to be able to count. I don't want nobody playing me for my paper. I don't want nobody
Real
stealing
talk.
no money from me. So I'm going to school for accounting. You know
Right.
what I mean? So I guess that was just a natural transition for me. It took a while, just to be quite honest.
Right.
The first business I had was in 2013. We started a lawn care company. My little brother died. My mom only had 2 kids, man. So it's been me by
God
myself
rest.
for 13 years. You know what I'm saying? But after my little brother died, my mama, she just got a few dollars, man. She the insurance that my mama had, I think it saved my life as well because I was willing to crash out, do anything to make sure my brother was buried. I'm talking about I was willing to do anything. I had my mind made up. I already knew what it was.
Right.
But shout out to moms for being on point and shit. She had what she had. She got a few $1,000s back, and she was like, "Babe, I ain't doing nothing with this. Take this." And I refused to take my brother's money and go buy some dope with it.
Right.
So I started a lawn care company. Shout out to Eli. Shout out to Johnny. Shout out to my cousin Jeremiah. I never cut grass at this time. Never in the history of my life, bro.
Really?
2012. I had allergies, so
Yeah.
my mama never made me cut grass. I used to have to go to the allergy specialist, get shots twice a week. I used to have to get away from lawnmowers.
So you
I
allergic
still
to
do,
grass?
basically.
Yeah.
I still got to get away. Motherfucker cutting grass when I'm right down the street. I'm raising that window up so fast, boy.
So how'd you have a lawn care service? You allergic to grass?
Brody, I just needed something that
Yeah.
would be a cash business because I was still in the dope game.
Yeah.
And something that'll be easy. And my partner Eli was a master at cutting grass.
Right.
And I'm like, man, whatever it takes. What I'm not doing is going to buy no dope with this money that my mama gave me after my little brother died. Bro, you
Right.
should have seen me how I was, bro. I used to take a Zyrtec when I wake up in the morning. I had a bandana around. Then I had the what's the name over the bandana, and I have something over my head, Brody. And we was out there,
Thugging it.
man, thugging it
Yeah.
until it became to a point where it was just like, my livelihood is a part of this. And I just built up some type of immunity. I remember one day I'm looking up, I'm up under a tree. We putting some we planting, I don't know if it was a boxwood, we planting some trees out somebody's house. And I look up and I'm like, oh shit, I'm under this tree with no mask on. And I realized that, like, I think there I came to a realization that a nigga's mind can conquer a lot, bro.
It is. Mine's a powerful thing, man.
Yeah, I was 26 years old, peeps. I had never cut grass.
Uh huh.
I had never cut grass at the time.
Uh huh. So how did the business turn out? Was it, was it?
It was okay. It was decent enough. So for me, I felt like my role was to figure out how to fail, so we can all figure out how to make a way. Nobody had no businesses, bro.
Right.
Nobody in my family was a businessman. My Uncle Bobby was, but that was when my mom and them was young. And rest in peace to Uncle Bobby, great man, Bobby Waters. But I ain't know nobody that ran no businesses.
That's amazing. Not to go off subject, but our generation, I say, if you was born in maybe like between early 80s and mid 90s, a lot of us is first generation high school graduates, business owners, homeowners. Yeah,
even for me, even marriage. Now my granddaddy was married, but I don't think it was really legal. You dig what I'm saying? I don't think it was that. But my mama, my daddy, and them, I'm going to get married. I won't be the first of all type of things, Peach. You feel me?
That's what's up. Congratulations.
But that's what it was for me with the business. Appreciate it. That's what it was for me with the business. I had the mindset. I knew it. You know what I mean? Because I was a firm believer in anything on the first time is never successful unless you're lucky. Right. And I ain't no lucky nigga. I got to be good at everything. I didn't get lucky at Monopoly. I had to be good at it. I don't get lucky at basketball. I had to be good at it. I didn't get lucky with my grades. Nigga, I had to study. And I never believe anything that you do on the first time, if it succeeds, then either you had you was Microsoft or something,
right? Yeah.
Or you cut corners. You know what I mean? So with me feeling like I was gonna do it the right way, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna teach everybody how to fail properly, though, so we can learn the right way to do it. So that was the first of many businesses. It worked well for the time that it did. We did grass all the way up to 2013 to about. We did it for about 2 years or so, and I went to penitentiary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's really what kind of effed it up, man.
Damn. So what happened? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, man. Whatever. So at the time, I was out of school. I went to K-State for about 3-4 years, from 04 to 08.
Yeah.
I got kicked out. I caught a case on campus. They found me with a lot of money on campus. Ain't really getting no drugs. I had to take an alpha plea. They kept all my money and shit like that.
Yeah.
Lost my scholarship, which I earned, boy. Listen, what I'm telling you. When I first got to K-State, they only gave me $2,000 to play basketball.
Really?
Before the season started, I had a full scholarship, bro, and a refund check.
Oh, damn. That's really
Listen,
dedicated.
Brody.
So
Listen,
you came in as a freshman. It was like a walk-on.
basically, Coach P knew me.
Yeah.
I had exhausted all my options in high school, and then my grades were good. I blooped out on my coaches out of town, some of the best coaches I ever had. And I ain't like the way they was talking to me. Fuck y'all, nigga. I'm going to college anyway. I don't need y'all.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? A lot of my teammates, they were younger than me. They was great walkout on them. I'm like, nah, y'all stick. I got put off the team in Florida, bro.
Really? So what team was this? The high school team?
Pleasure Ridge Park, man. One of the greatest teams I ever had, the greatest group of coaches. I just was a little boy at the time, not really understanding. You get what I'm saying? Certain shit. But yeah, man. And you know, I ain't really have a lot of opportunities. A couple of colleges were after me for basketball, but it was a couple of schools that didn't really give scholarships and all of that. So I ended up having a plug at Kentucky State. Coach P, shout out to Coach P. After Winston Bennett had beat up Ricky Green, man. Back in the days, like 03, Coach P got to become the interim coach.
Oh, hold on. Winston, hold on. You can't just skip past that. Hold on. It's news to me. Winston. Who's Winston? The coach?
Yeah, Winston Bennett, man. Yeah. Winston Bennett used to play for UK, man.
Okay, I remember. I remember Winston Bennett. He beat
about
up a player?
6'6", 6'8", man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Green. Rick Green is a real dog. NBA scouts used to come watch Rick Green. Rick Green used to make me come get him when I was a freshman on campus. Come get me while he got drunk and went to play dice and made me drive for him.
Yeah.
But he'll get drunk and then come to the gym, and I'm talking about, like, he played at Valley when he was in Louisville. Yeah. Incredible player. But something happened in practice. Rick did something to one of the players, and I ain't gonna say Bennett beat him up. It's just, you know, how we said, but he kind of did something to him and slammed him. And Bennett, like 6, I don't know if he's 6'6", he's probably 6'8". He was a big old man.
Yeah.
So that caused him to lose his job. And the coach that used to coach me at AAU for Greater Bethel Temple when we played AAU when I was like 7th grade or something like that, he ended up being the head coach.
Yeah.
And shout out to James Ray. I'll never forget this guy, James Ray, man. I was going to pick up my auntie's medicine from CVS, used to be on Papa Level.
Right.
She just asked me to go pick up her medicine. I'm like, cool. I slide through her. I go through the drive-thru, and my guy, James Ray, who I grew up with, he was in the drive-thru, and he's like, what's up, Dre? What you doing for college? I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play ball. Got kicked off the high school team again. He's like, man, Coach P is coaching at K-State, man. I'm going to give him a call. Gave Coach P a call, man. My uncle and my mama took me down there for a visit. I balled, peeps. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I gave him my all. I gave it everything I had because all my life, all I did was work out. I'm going to college. I gotta go to college to play basketball.
All money in,
man. All money in. I got there. I seen the scholarship. They gave me $2,000. I was just happy to be on the team.
Right.
I was really happy. And shout out to DJ Reese. Notice I'm shouting at a lot of people because a lot of people, bro, help me. This is why, if we talk about it a little later, I help, bro.
Yeah.
I'm helping people the best way I can. Sometimes I don't be able to get what I wanted to give what they wanted out of it, but I'm gonna give all I can. But I remember telling DJ Reese the same thing. I had $2,000, and he was working me out every day. And he was like, "Man, what you want out of this shit?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm just humbled to be able to come to college, man. I always wanted to play college basketball. If I never get in the game, I'll be a good teammate and I'll clap." You know what he said? He said, "Nigga, fuck that shit."
Yeah.
He said, "Nigga, you the one that's got me coming here training you every day." He said, "You the one that ain't going to no parties. Nigga, you here because you deserve it. It don't matter how you got here."
Right.
He said, "Nigga, own that." I already had enough dog in me from my mama, my family members, and just being a little dude from the projects.
Right.
But that right there,
just turned it up.
Man, I ain't watching no fucking basketball when I was in college. What I look like watching college niggas? I went and broke in the gym, nigga. I missed my granddaddy's funeral, peeps.
Really?
One of the greatest men ever, man. Did anything for me. But I always told him I was gonna play college basketball.
Right.
And we had a practice, man. And I just, like, I earned that money. I remember Coach P coming. He's like, "Man, we've been seeing you in the gym. You've been going workouts, man. We give you an extra $4,000. I'm like, "Oh, that's dope.
Right.
That's crazy." You know what I mean? And then my uncle ended up getting killed in November. I went home for a while, this, that, and the third. I came back right before the season started. I put in so much work. The athletic director and the coach is like, "Man, we want to go ahead and give you a full scholarship so you can play this year." I'm like, "What the fuck, bro?" And granted, you know what I mean? They say you don't really know. I'm a little ghetto kid. I think we had it good. I ain't really know that I was poor, really, really, really. You know, until we got to school and they started saying, "Give tax returns." And I'm seeing people make this, and the third.
Yeah.
So for them to give me all that money, peeps,
right.
I gave them every fucking thing I had. That's how I come from $2,000 to 16, 18, whatever it was,
Mhm.
before the season started, peeps.
So how long did you play at K-State?
I played 3 years,
Uh-huh.
3.5 years, 3 years, I say.
You said, was you a starter any of those years?
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Uh-huh.
After my freshman year, they never seen nothing like me.
Really?
The conference never seen that, bro. I played 40-minute games as a 5'6" freshman
Uh-huh.
in Division II. My first game was against a Division I. I played 25 minutes. I had 4 points, 3 assists, 0 turnovers. But I was scared shitless, boy.
Really?
Man, I still get nervous when I play basketball today. I play this shit
even
on my
like
day.
pickup? Even
Bro, we playing pickup, Brody.
Uh-huh.
I'm probably stretching before. We got to pick up at 5:30.
Yeah.
Man, I'm probably stretching at 4 o'clock. I'm
Uh-huh.
getting my shoes and shit ready. I'm making sure I ain't walking up too many steps. Like, I'm a basketball enthusiast. I love it.
Oh, okay.
I still get nervous, and then I go in there and spank these old niggas because I've been doing it for 30 years.
Yeah.
But I always get nervous. I love basketball, Pete.
So who would you say is the best person, like some of the best people you played against or you played with?
My favorite player of all time is Carlos Williams. I don't give a fuck what nobody say in the world.
Uh-huh.
Carlos Williams played at Pleasure Ridge Park. Rajon Rondo come up under Carlos.
Yeah.
Rajon is one of my favorite players. We played in Mazik together.
Okay.
We were incredible.
Uh-huh.
8th grade teams, middle school teams, tying our shoes, you can't really do it. Like, all of us went to play varsity the next year.
Yeah.
Rajon was special, but at that time we was all special. His cousin Jermaine Bentley, Roger Porterfield, Richard Halliburton, rest in peace to Michael Frank, Tony Frank that owned Virtue. His little brother was one of my best friends, man, at Zeke. He passed away from cancer our freshman year in high school. But we was all basketball players. So I'm gonna say Carlos Williams. In school, this guy named Kenny Jones from Long Island. He's a star on Long Island.
Uh-huh.
He's one of the. It's when I really first see big men and shit he was doing in reverse dunk layups in practice and one-on-one drills and shit.
Yeah.
OJ Mayo and them used to come K-State to hoop with
OJ was
us.
a dog.
OJ Mayo, Bill Walker, Rajon, they used to come K-State hoop with us, bro, because we really got it in. We had dogs.
Uh-huh.
But from Louisville, man, I like Carlos Williams. Larry O'Bannon is one of my favorite players of all time.
Mhm.
Day-Day, David Bryant from he played at Ballard.
Mhm.
I love Day-Day. Maurice Blakey, that's boss. Dante Sweat, Juwan Spillman, everybody that was at Pleasure Ridge Park with me.
Yeah.
All of them are real basketball players. Who else I like to play with? Of course, you know the legendary names in the city. Them guys are good, but for me, the cream of the crop is Carlos, Rajon.
Did he go play college ball?
Carlos Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. He ended up going, I think he went to Wabash. He went to a JUCO in Nebraska. He went to Wabash. He went to UNC Charlotte. Los just had an attitude. See, Los was good before, like, Los was getting 40 and 50s and shit in intramural play or interleague play when he was like 11 and 12 at Walnut Street and shit. Like,
Really?
Los got an uncanny feel for the game. Like, we still communicate now.
Uh-huh.
And he's training. He's been training with Kelron House and everything. Like, but Los, he was the only nigga flopping in 2002. Him, Vlade Divac. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, he was the first nigga, like, going out of bounds, throwing it off people.
Yeah.
Rajon started doing that. Rajon was doing that. When niggas was taking the ball out, throwing it off their backs and shit. Niggas getting hit and flopping.
Yeah.
Los just had all the intangibles of basketball.
Yeah.
He taught me so much as far as skills when a person go around you. Dre, you need to cross over. Because if not, then they can push your body over and rip the ball away from you. Just intangibles that Brody used to teach me, bro, was impeccable, man. I love Los peeps. And he played at UNC Charlotte. I think he just really Louisville niggas, man. One of our Achilles heels is our attitude.
Yeah.
That Louisville lip.
Yep. I get the same. You know what I mean? Like I think I didn't burn the bridge with the refereeing because like you ain't about to talk to me. Like it's over. Not so much to switch subjects, like different aspects of the game. Like I'm a referee part time. Like I don't get like because on the referee you got different zones of the floor to watch. If I see a foul, like I'm gonna call it. And like, oh, that was my zone. You wasn't supposed to call it, but if it was a foul though, what the fuck does it matter? So I'm like, so he was one of them old niggas. Like every time I make a call, like, who the fuck are you to question my call,
Yeah,
bro? All that. Then you pitching the miss. So I think he sent a little nasty text to the director or something because I ain't working since then, but I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah,
I get working this Catholic league. It's smooth and Parents understand.
Some referees be having that ego problem.
Yeah,
They want to
I
control
see
the
it all the
game.
time.
Is that so? Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I can vouch for
When
that.
I was as a grown man and playing in leagues and shit, now a referee will say, you better shut up. Like, nigga, what the fuck you mean shut up? I'm a grown man.
Right.
My teammates, nigga, y'all can't make me shut up. This nigga talking out of his mouth, and I'm a grown man. What the fuck you mean shut up? You think I give a fuck about a tech?
Right.
When you trying to disrespect a man, and I get the game, but you wanna police the game. You wanna
Right.
be an officer and shit like that. Nigga,
I see it all the time.
You crazy as hell.
Then you make a bad call. All right, of course it's the coach and whoever's gonna be upset. Then you gonna try to punish them for being upset at the bad call. I'm like, yeah, you need to get a fucking chill pill, my brother.
Yeah.
So you coach an AAU team, correct?
Yeah. The guys, man.
Uh-huh.
The
That's
guys.
Cole's.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
man. I love it, man. Cole been trying to reach out to me for about a year or so, man. But I was the director at the Boys and Girls Club, and it was taking up a lot of my day.
Uh-huh.
You feel me? And I really couldn't get off. I didn't really want to stretch myself thin. But once I got rid of that and I got on the jobs that I'm on now, it kind of opened it up for me, man. And Cole is a brother that just want to do something good for the kids, peeps.
Mm-hmm. So how's that like coaching the team? Like how's that like?
I love it, peeps. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
So would you say you like playing more or coaching more? Like,
I'm a basketball player.
yeah.
I love basketball. I love playing basketball. But I learned the game in such an effective way, being small and understanding that my edge is going to be the type of tenacity that I have, but not only tenacity, because tall niggas can have tenacity.
Right.
I'm going to have skill sets. I'm going to have to know everything about the game. I'm going to have to know how a center needs to move, where they need to be at. I need to know the terminology. I need to understand why coach was calling this stuff like that. So it makes me apt to be a good to be a good coach.
Right.
But for me, I still get excited like I'm about to play in the games.
Mm-hmm.
The boys be thinking I'm crazy.
You still get that same nervousness? You still get that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Because just like I always played basketball. Of course, I did it for myself, but it was for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the people. So I want to make sure that if somebody come to watch me play, I want them to have a quality product that they come to see. So the same when I'm coaching. These kids or these parents entrust their kids to me. I don't just want to throw them out there and be about winning. A lot of time, I might have had some opportunities to coach prior to now, but nobody ever came to me talking about like, man, I just want to make good dudes, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll win.
Right.
So I ain't want to coach with nobody. Because I thought they thought that winning was the most important part.
It ain't.
And it ain't, man.
Especially at that young age.
Nah, bro. Yeah, I want to make good men. And if we focus on making good men or highly effective young men, then eventually we're going to get some studs coming up out of there.
Right.
The problem is we start trying to be stud finders. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And we start dealing with the money and the aspect and how pretty and how puffy everything looks. And the game lost its luster for me. So I've been out of prison since 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't really coached. I got into it with a couple of my guys, and I said, I like what Rick Ross said before you beef with your dog, just give him some distance.
Right.
So instead of beefing with these niggas and everything, I just fell back and let them do it their way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I come to the games, I support, it's whatever. But as far as coaching, I ain't with it. I ain't trying to come to practice late. I don't want to smell like weed. I didn't get that when I was a coach at Pleasure Ridge Park.
Right.
Them men showed up.
Mm-hmm.
They was there early. The floor was dust mopped.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? There was a lot that went into that. We were treated like a college team. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
During flu season, we had to take multivitamins and eat bananas.
Mm-hmm.
If you got sick, you were even held accountable for being sick at Pleasure Ridge, nigga.
Really?
Fuck you get sick, nigga, when all your brothers is dependent on you to be out here to run this press the way we running it. And if you was sick, it's probably because I gave y'all toboggans and hoodies. It's 40 degrees outside. Why are you coming to school trying to look cute? Nigga, put that toboggan on. Put that hoodie on. This is what coach used to give us.
Right.
He made us feel that. And then, of course, if you're sick, you're sick.
Yeah.
But really, it was really about the mindset. We were a brotherhood.
So, I'm glad you touched on that. Would you say, because coaching in youth sports, would you say, like, they need that stern coaching? And I see a lot of parents complaining about the stern coaches. Like you said, you holding kids accountable, not only as kids, but one day these kids are gonna be grown men, and you want to
equip them.
Right.
have them ready for not only the basketball world but the world. So for me, ball is life. And the way that you are, how you do anything is how you do everything. Lauren Hill, everything is everything. I'm a firm believer in that.
Mm-hmm.
So to the degree that you can control yourself on the basketball court will be to the degree that you can handle yourself as a man in life. You
Right.
dig what I'm saying? And a lot of parents be taking it from them. They take the struggle from the kids because they think they boys supposed to average a dub.
Yeah.
Because you done paid for all the trainers and shit. You paid for 44 trainers, and your son went from averaging 5.5 to averaging 5.8. Like, what? That ain't on the.
Right.
It's some of it may be on the trainer, but truth be told, you gotta let them learn the game. And
Right.
truth be told, like I was telling, we was just on a meeting the other day, the guys, because we kind of changing our philosophy. Not even changing it, just upgrading our philosophy, making sure people understand what we about, and it's not just about basketball. Um, and and we were just talking about how just how some of the parents take the struggle from the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And me, if it wasn't for the struggle, I don't think I would have been able to get that scholarship that I needed to get at K-State. My son
Right.
wouldn't have grew up on the campus like he did, and
Mhm.
now he's a college student. I'm a firm believer that I didn't get to go pro or nothing, but my son got to grow up on the campus. My son was a campus baby because I was a star.
Mm-hmm.
Like at K-State, like a lot of people didn't get to see it, but the ones that know, like no, they used to
Right.
paint their face, my number on their face. After games, boosters shake my hand and money pop up in my hand.
Uh-huh.
I go in parties, we get like the whole atmosphere, and this is just at Kentucky State.
Right.
So they used to come, like Dre, we got your son if y'all about to hoop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
my son grew up on a campus and shit like that, and that's the greatest thing for me.
How was he at the time?
My son was born while I was in college. She
Oh,
had him.
okay.
So November 21st, man. Dude came in. He was my uncle at the time. We ain't got to go into that story, but he happened to come in my dorm. He was in Frankfurt. He was like, "What's up, boy? I come to see you." I'm like, "Bro, I just got off the phone, bro. Actually about to have the baby." She's
Mm-hmm.
like, "Nigga, you want to go to Louisville?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah." So we hop in the car. We get there right before the doctor putting on the gloves and pulling this little nigga big head out. You
Yeah.
dig what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And all of that. So my son was born then. Then his mama, next semester, she enrolled into school.
Oh, that's
So
what's
he
up.
was at school, peeps. He was at the daycare on campus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
K
See.
State. I used to have to go pick him up and walk up all them steps right
Uh-huh.
there by the football dorm by Young Hall.
Uh-huh.
All the big niggas who come through. Hey, Lil Dre, bro, you want us to help you with this stroller? I'm like, nah, baby, that's my son.
Right.
That's my boy. I'm gonna carry it up here. You dig what I'm saying? Do all
Uh-huh.
that. So, from that time on till he was about 3, 4, 5, 6, man. No,
Okay.
I said about 5, 6. He was
Uh-huh.
on campus.
That's what's up. I'm glad you touched on that. Like, I think a lot of parents overcompensate because they grew up struggling
Yeah.
or without this and without that, and they, you know, what I mean, my son ain't gonna do without, my daughter ain't gonna do without. But I think it's beauty in the struggle. It's
Yes,
beauty. It is. I think I ain't say they ruining kids, but it's a lot of entitled kids out here, man.
it's a lot of entitled kids and a
Uh-huh.
lot of entitled parents as well.
Right.
They all feel that entitlement. Now, we used to sit at the games and all the guys in our era would be like, the problem is they ain't tough enough. They ain't this, that, and the third enough, this, that, and the third. And to a degree, I agreed. But I start thinking too, because I don't like to just be a complainer without thinking about a solution to
Mhm.
something. And what I realized, I'm like, maybe we were supposed to be the conduit. Maybe they ain't as tough as us because they ain't went through the struggles that we went through because we were good parents.
Right.
But it was on us to help find a solution for that mental toughness.
Yeah.
And that's all we did was complain about it.
Mm.
A
That's a good
lot of
point
niggas
right
just wanted to complain. They
Yeah.
ain't this, they ain't that. Nigga, do something about it then.
there. Right.
Go teach them how to have that mental toughness, that mental fortitude. Me personally, me and my little brother did it. Which is why we got Hope by Hope, helping our people eat by having opportunities and providing empowerment.
Mhm.
It just started as a basically mentorship with young boys. Help them get that dog, help them get that mentality, that respect. Help them learn how to and what hustling is. You dig what I'm saying? To
Mhm.
help them get all of that stuff without going through what we went through. So, yeah, it's a sense of entitlement, and it's because our generation as parents wanted to give our kids more than our kids than we had.
Right.
But what we didn't realize is that one part, man. It's a thin line between everything.
It
It's a
is.
thin line between superpowers and weakness. It's a thin line between love and hate, and it's a thin line between being great and being a bum. I happen to believe that those are thin lines right there,
Mhm.
and there's a thin line between entitlement and doing good for your kids,
Yeah.
doing well for your kids. And I think we overstepped that boundary, taking all the struggles from them, go make them ain't shit adults.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
just to give an example, my nephew's a wonderful person, but he had practice at 6 o'clock, and it's a refrigerator full of food. We got noodles, chips, we got everything. I want some Chipotle, nigga. I want some Chipotle, you know what I mean? And go get that boy. No, man. But you don't go and fix you a sandwich and chips, you know, man. I don't.
I used to be like that with my son. I used to be in my car, Brody. I got out of penitentiary. My daddy helped me get a car, and shit. I have 10 little boys with me. Mind you, my car was breaking down. I was trying to hit and miss back in the dope game, but I was really scared to get all the way back in because I ain't want to go back and depend on people. Right. And I'm used to having lawyer money and bond money. And at this time, I didn't. I was hitting and missing for survival's sake. Right. But I remember, man, my car didn't go over 35 miles per hour. I got 7, 8 kids in the car. I ain't got number $74 to my name. Right. I got to get all of them something to eat before I take them home. Right. I be like, what y'all want, man? Could I go and get the dollar menu or whatever? Everybody like, yeah. My son be like, I want Zaxby's. I'm like, nigga, you nigga. Everybody want this, but you want Zaxby's, peeps. You want me to spend $80 on this food right here. Mm-hmm. So that's an example of that. Actually, I believe that I did take certain struggles from my son, but also I made certain struggles. I made him have to deal with that shit.
Like what?
Man, all type of shit, bro. Like you got to be accountable for yourself. Right. Mm-hmm. Watch the way you talk to me. Mm-hmm. I let him go with certain type of shit. But when it go too far, nigga, I'm gonna show you what disrespect is, what it'll get you. Right. And why you can't whoop me. You dig what I'm saying? Also, I taught him how to fight, defend himself, be a small dude. Right. I taught him how to use weapons and shit. You dig what I'm saying? Or at least how to hold him and protect himself. Because I shot myself when I was a kid. Right. I shot guns off on accident. You dig what I'm saying? Because we were in close proximity to it. And if you're gonna be around it, my thing is I would rather him learn from me
in the proper way, right?
Then he gonna hear it from one of his friends any motherfucking way.
Right.
So we used to practice, and one thing I learned about gun safety, a lot of the kids that are the ones that love guns and all that shit are the ones that never learned how to deal with it properly. Right. Didn't realize that it weighs however much it weigh now, but it's different when you about to shoot a man, and not from across the street when you got the what's her name. Right. A lot of niggas ain't never really ran up and how that thing might shake a little bit. There's more weight. There's life that you're going to take from that. I wanted him to understand that. So he learned some of those things, and everything he got, he had to earn from me.
That's what's up, man.
For sure.
Say, so how was it transitioning out of prison? Like, how was that time in your life? How was that?
I only did 23 months, and a lot of times I don't really like that. I like to talk about it because it was part of my struggle, but I want to be mindful that we from a place where I got people who did more than that. My little cousin, basically my little brother, he did 11 years, got out and was free for 90 days and passed away. My uncle did 8.5 years, got out, lived for 10 months, got killed. My grandfather did 16, 17 years, got out, died. So, I was in there with Cowboy, who was on year 22. Short Dog was on year 23. Travis got life, and he ain't never killed nobody. He's a 50-year-old nigga. He already done 20 years in penitentiary, and he got life. So the community's hurt 2, 3-fold. Right. He never have no kids. He ain't never getting out. And now his mama ain't got no sons because she only had one kid. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't want to diminish my struggle, but I also want to, make sure I highlight the fact I know a lot of people did more time than me, but and that's a caveat I like to put there. But listen, Brody, fuck that shit. I handled my time like I was supposed to. When it was time to fight, I fought. I ain't stay sleep in my bunk all the time. I ain't run for no protection. I played poker. I played basketball. I was Lil Dre every time, but really, fuck that shit, my nigga. I had to wear flip-flops to take a shower for 2 years, my nigga. Right. Feel me? I made noodles out of shower water that wasn't hot, nigga. And you just gotta let your noodles sit there for 20, 25 minutes until that motherfucker gets soggy. You dig what I'm saying? Just took cold showers for months at a time. Yeah. Niggas getting their throats slit downstairs. Motherfuckers trying to kill them with can tops. Right. You in the dorm and a nigga getting fucked in the shower and shit like that. It was 50 of us in the dorm. Niggas get fucked. Niggas get extorted out of their money and shit like that. Race wars and shit like that ain't for a nigga, man.
And I felt like growing up in the 90s, they glorified prison. Like, people in the media glorified prison. At one point in my time, I was a teenager. I thought that was a part of being growing up. Like when I go to jail, I'm gonna do this.
For me, it's sad because I felt like it was, I felt like it,
Mhm.
and I felt like it was gonna be a part of my life, P. So I
Yeah.
damn near manifested it.
Real talk.
But I also knew who I was and what I was doing. You did
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? I understood what it is that was going on. And if I'm gonna be in that game, I gotta accept everything that come with it. And prison was a part of that shit. You
Mhm.
know, and it happened to hit me the way it hit me. I'm blessed because it could have been a lot worse. Shout out to Kobe, my daughter's uncle, man. A lot of people try to say that boy told on some shit. No, sir.
Yeah.
I seen that statement. Actually, I went to court when I could have been doing more time. Um, and he took everything in the case.
Really?
It was a Fed case. FBI got him. I
Mhm.
was with them, and I can talk about this shit. But we went to Lexington, and it was something supposed to be going down. You feel what I'm saying? I dropped him off, let him do his thing, while I moved around to come back and get him. Police jump out on us, jump
Mhm.
out on me, and I don't know where he's at, but they jump out. They like FBI. I go through some shit. I play my part. What the fuck? They like,
Right.
we don't know you. I'm like, shit, I don't know y'all. I don't know
Right.
what the fuck is going on. So, long story short, it ended up being the FBI. I was supposed to be in Lexington for 2 hours, then come home for 2 years. But you know,
Mhm.
we was in Lexington. End up being that they was already being watched. He
Yeah.
had already been to Lexington 3, 4 times. They had video, audio of them, this, that,
Mm.
and the third, and they was wondering where I fed in.
Yeah.
And because he never been to jail or nothing, you know, in the feds they go by a point system, and this point system was so low.
Yeah.
I was on probation in Louisville already. I've been locked up for 12, 14 times already. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did some little county time in Shelby County and other shit. So I had a little higher point system, which means I would have had to go and do a little more time.
Yeah.
But we was in jail together for about a month and a half, 2 months before his uncles and them posted his bond. They was
Mhm.
gonna try to come and get me. Shout out to them. Shout out to Monty and shout out to all them dudes, man. All the uncles, all ISIS's uncles. This is my daughter's family, man. Them is real dudes.
Mhm.
They was gonna try to help a brother out, but they couldn't. And you know, it is what it is.
Right.
I'm with that. But I remember getting shipped to Louisville to do my revocation hearing where they revoked my time. That's what
Mm.
I end up doing my 5 years that I had on the shelf.
Yeah.
Um, and when I came back to Lexington for my court date, my lawyer said, I don't know what he said to them, but I don't know what you said to him, but he's taking everything.
Mhm.
He's this, that, and the third. There's only one thing. There's a gun. I'm like, I don't know nothing about no gun. He's like, are you saying that you don't know nothing about a gun or that is his gun? Listen, baby, what I ain't is a fool, nigga.
Right.
I ain't telling on no motherfucker. I don't know nothing about nothing that was nowhere.
Right.
This, that, and the third. You feel what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So we end up going in there. It's the first time a prosecutor has ever talked to me. He talked to the lawyer. He said, man, this is the first time you finally got one that's innocent. Like, what the fuck? So
Damn.
whatever little bro went,
Yeah.
he convinced them that he's the only one who had something to do with it.
Right.
And they gave me 90 days time served just for being on the scene or fleeing and evading, whatever. I don't even remember what the charges is.
Mhm.
But I was like, here, eat that, put that with my time. Go ahead and send me to penitentiary for my 5 years. Because I know if I would have got another 5 years on the Fed,
Yeah.
like you got to do your Fed time first, and then you get out, and then you come and do your state time.
Right.
So I'd have been doing a nickel more.
Right.
I would have just been getting out of penitentiary, I'd say 3 years ago rather than 8 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was a lot, Brody. And that time was I can't say a tough time. It was a learning period for me, but it halted me it stopped me in my tracks.
Mhm.
I was ascending. Now, mind you, I worked at an accounting firm in Sellersburg, Indiana.
Mhm.
I lived in Louisville while I sold drugs and was raising a family. And I went to school at Kentucky State where I was paying for college.
Right.
This is after I left school and shit, and I was like, I refuse to be a dope dealer and only buy clothes and fuck hoes
Right.
with my money. Something else got to be a part of it. I chased my dream as a rapper. I ain't become Rick Ross or nobody. I paid for my own shit, then I gave it away.
Mhm.
First time, I was the first nigga start using them CDs, had the front and back, everything. I went through all of the shit with DJ Marley Marl.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? I went through everything that I needed to. I paid for insurance and shit. Like I said, I was an accounting student at Kentucky State.
Mhm.
I went and paid for school to go back
Right.
and working in Sellersburg, Indiana. So I would wake up, go to work for 4 hours, then drive to Frankfurt to go to class, then come back home. Then the next day I go to Frankfurt to class, leave class, drive to Indiana, go to work for 4 hours, then come back home. I was doing this shit every single day, Brody. I was dedicated.
Ah, damn, man, that's amazing right there. So did you ever graduate from?
Nope. Penitentiary held me back,
Yeah.
obviously. And then when I got out, I tried to go to Sullivan, but it was too early. I needed to get my life together.
Yeah.
I will be enrolling in Simmons in August this year. I got 92 credit hours, my nigga. I need like 30 credit hours to graduate.
There we go. You
I'm
got it,
going.
man.
I'm getting my paper. I ain't starting shit that I ain't willing to finish, peeps. I ain't got no hole in me. You know what I mean? I ain't the toughest person in the world, but one thing for sure, two things for certain, I got some heart. And that's what I'm gonna show when I finish this degree.
So, talk about your Hope by Hope organization. How did it come about, and what all do you do for the community?
Yes, sir. Helping our people eat by having opportunities and providing empowerment. Shout out to Levi Morris, man. Have hope. Rest in peace to Keandre. Rest in peace to Baby Dre, man. Keandre Grinstead, my little cousin, man. Rest in peace to Cheryl. So in 2015 is when I went to penitentiary, but Baby Dre ended up getting killed before all of that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's my little cousin. He was on my house every day.
He was real loved, man.
Yeah, he's just a good dude.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't care what was going on. There's never a reason to kill Baby Dre.
Right.
This is a lot of reason why a lot of people felt a certain type of way, too. He was always a loved dude. He was just a good little boy. And there's no reason to shoot Dre. There was no reason. Nobody can make me believe if they was robbing him that he tried to grab the gun and try to be on some tough shit. Never. Not ever in the history of life. Not ever in the history of niggerdom. Right. And I don't know how that little nigga fed when he was in the penitentiary, but I'm pretty sure people roughed him up and threw him all over the place because Dre was loved, and basically he was loved because he don't fuck with nobody.
Right.
But off the back of that, my partner, Levi Morris, who basically is the founder of Hope by Hope, he had a notion in his mind. We from the hood, and we was like, leading him was thinking, man, we can turn a negative to a negative, or a negative into a positive. And Lee, being the smart guy that he was, man, was able to take it and turn it into something positive, man. Rather than going out trying to look for people and get them killed and kill them and doing all this, man, he turned it to an organization to help the community.
Right.
Basically, it started out as a way to deal with the Smoketown community, throw events for us, look out for the kids because so many people looked out for us. Mind you, I was in penitentiary these times.
Right.
You know what I mean? When he first started that. And Lil Bro just used to reach out to my mama. He used to be like, man, when Dre come home, man, tell him come help me with the kids, this, that, and the third. Because all my life, I've always been a mentor to people. Just always. Some reason I was always 1 or 2 years, 2 or 3 years older than some people because I used to hang with the older guys. When I was 14, when I was 9 and 10, my friends were 14-year-olds and 13-year-olds. But by the time I become 10, 12, I kind of got game. I'm polished. You know what I mean? And really, as a basketball player, a lot of these young dudes wanted to be basketball players. So they seen my heart and my tenacity. And even as a hustler, they looked up to me. So Lee used to reach out to my mama, like, when Dre come home, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, all right, cool. So when I finally, fast forward, I get out in 2017, Lee finds me immediately. Well, I go straight to Shepherd Square anyway. My granny lived in Shepherd Square. My mama lived in Shepherd Square. My auntie lived right there.
Yeah.
So I go straight to the hood. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did you ever hoop with it's a lot of stuff. Did you ever hoop with Bone T the tattoo?
Yeah, Moan. Moan can fly.
You can?
These niggas don't know Moan Taylor. They know Moan that do tattoos.
Yeah.
Listen, Moan had bounce.
Yeah.
Like, not like a nigga that could jump. Moan's a smaller nigga,
right. So,
especially then. Yeah, of course, he's big now. Niggas is old, but Moan bow-legged walking that gym, nigga. I remember throwing him an alley-oop at Southwick. And I don't know if I'm exaggerating or not, but I threw that motherfucking loop, and Moan was so high, he's gonna hit his head, man. He just came down. He was like, fuck that ball, Dre.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Moan could bounce, man. Moan was a really good basketball player, for sure. Athlete.
Yeah, we just recorded him not too long ago.
Yeah, I fuck with Moan, man. He always give love and support, man. Most of Louisville, bro. Most of Louisville, if I don't know him, then I know they peoples or I'm connected in some type of way. But Moan was a real basketball player.
Yeah, man. He told me, he went over to Mexico.
Overseas, Mexico. I remember he used to walk in the gym when I came back from K-State. I used to crush these niggas. We used to play at Portland, 12 noon and 11 a.m. out at Southeast Christian. I just give it to niggas after I got to get off the team, you know what I mean? I'm back home. And Moan was like, nigga, you playing like you deserve a contract. Like, nigga, Lil Dre, listen, I'm going to talk to them people in Mexico, this, that, and the third. Mind you, though, I was back home from school, this, that, and the third. I'm selling dope. By this time, we graduated from pieces and shit. Niggas AFEs have bricks, and, you know what I mean? Moving around and shit like that. So niggas getting some little money trying to make their way. Got little gangsters with me and shit, doing other shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I wanted it, but I ain't really go after it like I should have. But Moan always been a real nigga since the beginning of time for me.
Yeah, man, he's solid, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So it's amazing that you can turn like a negative situation, him passing, into the hope by hope. That's amazing. You said you had worked with the governor, not the governor, the mayor. You said you sit
Mayor,
down with the mayor. Yeah.
yeah. Mayor Fisher was really our friend.
Yeah.
Me and Levon sit down with Mayor Fisher like right now and go hit have a lunch. You know what I mean? Or if he catch us out of town at one of them violence interruption events or GVI, CVI events or something like that. Man, Mayor Fisher's our guy, man. He used to be around with Hope when Lee first started the early movements and walks around neighborhoods and neighborhood cleanups and little events. Him and Lee formed a bond. And then I was able to get a bond with him because I work with No More Red Dots and Dr. Eddie Woods. Dr. Eddie Woods is one of the pioneers to this shit, saving people's lives before they knew they needed to be saved. 1994, 1996, and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? He the one that came and got me to help me with my potential and realizing that, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have to be what they think we got to be.
Right.
We could be more than that. So, yeah, Mayor Fisher is, he's really, really good with us. Man, we connected from little babies all the way up into City Hall, bro. I don't know how real Lee's relationship with his Mayor Greenberg. I ain't really got one with him, but don't nobody's reach in Louisville go as far as Levon Morris.
Okay.
The mayor, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, maybe somebody that got some millions of dollars and they reach don't go far as his. They only go far just because they got money.
Right.
But like Lee is connected with everything and everywhere. I'm a very, very, very connected individual. I've been here for 39 years, besides the couple of years that I was in college, but I was coming back all the time, get my dope. My kids, my family lived in here and shit like that. In the 2 years I went to penitentiary. So I got connections everywhere. Plus, when I grew up, we was outside.
We was outside, man.
Southwick, I'm Southwick Shepherd Square baby. My mama could beat dudes up, girls up, gangs up, so people knew them. My uncle was a real, real gangster.
Yeah.
Really, my uncles are part of the reason that we got Bloods and bounty hunters in the city. You dig what I'm saying? So he was respected.
Yeah.
And then I played basketball. So we was at Southwick, Shepherd Square. We was at Dumars out of Iroquois. So I was at Norfolk and Newburgh. We was at Newburgh Community Center. Nigga was at Portland. Nigga was at Mackin. We was hooping at Shawnee Park. We was at Shawnee Community Center. We was on 35th and Broadway. We was at the truck stop. We was at Wyandotte. Man, every motherfucking word, people.
Yeah.
Everywhere. My daddy used to live on Sutcliffe. So we was right back on the dead end, the little park back there that niggas don't know about. Come on, man. I'm a Louisville nigga.
Sutcliffe? Where about on Sutcliffe? Because my granny stayed right there on like you turn on Garland, right there, maybe about halfway through the block, right before you hit Dohoffer. Like
Dohoffer, right there, yeah. So my daddy obviously come down Broadway. If he was make that left on Sutcliffe, he could, like about halfway down and on the left side.
Okay.
He only lived there for about a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we had a lot of friends right there. Yeah. And all my life I was outside, my nigga.
Hey, it was some real hoopers to come through 35th.
Yeah.
It was.
Man, all through Louisville, for real. Louisville's a basketball city. One thing about Louisville, though, we just have small people.
What you mean?
We just not a very big city, brother.
Yeah, you talking about like
height and shit.
Yeah, you right.
Like niggas be 6'3" and 6'4" and they be playing big man.
Right.
But if you go to the NBA, bitch, you checking Steph Curry. You checking Russell Westbrook.
6'1" power forward, man. Go on.
You dig it? Like, and a lot of that ruined a lot of people's games. You know, I digress. You know, we changed the subject, but you know, Louisville is a basketball player city, but everybody's a fucking guard.
It is, man.
Everybody's a guard, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody's a guard.
And if you find some taller guy, he's like not uncoordinated. He's
usually
not that good.
trash.
Yeah,
Usually trash because for the most part, when they if they playing early, they taller than everybody. So a coach kind of put him in position to make it back to the basket. And then what I learned is people don't understand that some of that shit's physiological. And if he's been a back to the basket guy ever since he was 9, by the time he's 13, his body adjusts to what y'all taught him is.
Right.
He don't get the body of a guard because he only been doing back to the basket shit. He only been doing mic and hooks and drop step drills and shit like that.
Right.
And I believe Vincent Crutcher, rest in peace to 34, man. Vincent Crutcher, man.
I meant to bring, man.
Man, I absolutely adore Vincent. Monty, his brother, man. His brother, all my years in high school, man, he took me under his wing, man. He used to give me $1 every day. I ain't had no money. I shoot for dollars every day. He'll give me $1. If I lose that win, he'll give me another $1.
Yeah.
And I'm making money, and I'm going to eat lunch. I'm paying for that money. Monty, man. Sam Merle, my brother. But I ended up taking his little brother under my wing like he did me.
Right.
And Vincent just had game. Vincent was a good, big old gentle nigga, man. Just a big, good dude, like a very good dude, man.
Yeah.
You know, fucked up what happened to Vincent, man.
Right, R.I.P. Vincent.
Yeah,
Man.
R.I.P. Vince, man. But you know, Vincent was Vincent is like Vincent is the prototypical man. If he wasn't big, young, and had to play back to the basket, Vincent could have did anything.
Really?
Hell yeah, man. If he would have came up being a 2 and learning swing man shit, and at Pleasure Ridge, if they would have put him at the 3 and 2 and shit like that, then Vincent would have did more than what he did when he went to Georgetown.
That's what's up.
I happen to believe it about a
I
lot
never
of guys.
thought about it like that.
Yeah, I believe it about a lot of guys. Greg Grimes, one of my favorite people in the world. I love Greg. Shout out to G, man. Great coach out there at Seneca and shit. But I think Greg was, and this is just me. I don't know if it's the truth, Greg Peeps, but I think Greg was so good early and so tall that sometimes he became uninspired.
Yeah,
because he was tall. And he was good, though. Greg is one of them tall niggas that was tall and good. But he was good, and niggas couldn't really fuck with him, too, and it really wasn't nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he got unenthused a lot, you know, and took from some of his... But I still think he's a successful dude. I think he's a successful model of a basketball player and of a dude and a dad. So, you know, it's much shout out to Greg, but I think that shit happens in Louisville.
So I'm going to ask you this, man. So who's your Mount Rushmore of Louisville hoops? Any level, any... You let the whistle out.
God damn.
Okay. Mount Rushmore.
So 2, I gotta say automatically. Rajon Rondo, Derek Anderson. Period.
I agree with that.
Rajon Rondo, Derek Anderson. I love Derek. Derek grew up with my uncle and them. Derek used to let me come. My peoples used to get me into camp for free. Derek a real dude. Right now, he's a real dude. Responds to my DMs. We used to hoop a lot. Taught me stuff about you know, knee issues. You know, he had the knee issues in college and everything, and I got knee issues. He taught me about hip strength. If our hips are stronger, to take pressure off your knees. Derek, just a good dude. Rajon is Rajon. Grew up with Rajon. That's my brother, man.
He's a legend, man.
Yeah, Rajon is my bro. We just had a conversation at D-Lo camp last year. Hollered at Pierre and everything. And like I said, Rajon, we went to middle school together. High school, we used to talk. He used to come to K-State with us all the time. Even now, give a nigga phone number. What's up, Dre? You know, I ain't never been no groupie nigga.
Right.
None of that shit. But like Rajon told me, like, nigga, I ain't never asked. I was talking to him. I'm like, bro, does this shit get old? People was running up you know, autographs and shit. Yeah. I backed up off him. You know, I don't want to be in nobody's picture. I don't want to be looking like nothing.
Right.
So I come back. I'm like, Brody, how's that shit feel, man? Like, I'm like, do it get tiresome? He's like, man, and he's a real nigga for this. That's why I love Rajon. He said, especially for this statement, he was like, Dre, basically, I achieved all my dreams, and if that's all I gotta do is some autographs every once in a while,
right?
Nigga, I don't give a fuck. He's like, you know, I kind of get my mind right before I come out because I know what is going on. He's like, if anything bothers me, it'll be the adults running up on a nigga when he's out to eat or with his family and all that. He's like, but I ain't really too up about it. But my Mount Rushmore, it starts with Derek Anderson. I rock the 5, man. So everything got to be in 5s with me. I know Mount Rushmore got 4, but I got 5. I got to put my uncle up there, J.J. Waters, man. 1,414 points at Pleasure Ridge Park. Yeah. Real street nigga, real gangster, and real respecter.
Is he the all-time leading scorer there?
No. He ain't all-time leading scorer, but his name's up on the wall, picture on the wall. And anybody that knows basketball, if I say J.J. Waters, they'll be like, all right, we'll give you that one. You dig what I'm saying? That's my uncle. Really, 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 really good dude. He's a gangster and a gentleman. Yeah. Beat you up, shoot you, and give you 40. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and also say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. Thank you, sir, and no, sir. You dig what I'm saying? So Uncle Jay was an incredible basketball player. He always bigged other people up. He had immense confidence in himself. Uncle Jay's a real, real dog. So I go Jay Waters, Derek Anderson, Rajon Rondo, Carlos Turner.
Carlos Turner.
And Carlos Turner's Ferdale, man. Man, you gotta be a real Louisvillian to understand, man, who Carlos Turner is, man. You know Carlos Turner, man. Yeah, man, thumbs up when you watch his shit. Make sure you like, subscribe, however it go, man. But Carlos Turner, man, 6'10", from Southwick Projects, man.
What class was it? What high school class was it?
Man, I think 92, 91.
Okay.
Listen what I'm telling you. 6'10", though.
Yeah.
But not one of these 6'10" niggas back to the basket. In between the legs, dunk, slam on you, beat you up, fight, all that. Him and my uncle was best friends.
Yeah.
He ended up getting in a situation where, if you look at the newspaper articles back in the 90s and shit, after he left high school and shit, he got in a situation, him and the girl, you know, domestic violence shit, and it was really a little bit more than domestic violence.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all want to know the history, you can look it up for yourself, but it was really, really an egregious situation. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And it kind of stifled him in life. But as far as basketball players, you still ain't, not no tying shoes here.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about, and I'm just going to name names because Mount Rushmore is hard for me,
It is.
because you talking about Jermaine Brown. You talking about Killer Morris now. You feel what I'm saying? You talking about Charlie Taylor, Danielle Macklin. You talking about Zoe Evans now. You talking about Carlos Williams. Like, this is dynamic basketball at its best, especially late 80s, early 90s. You even talking about other people that was at Pleasure Ridge Park, Derek Wilcox. And then you got to talk about Ballard, Allen Houston. You got to talk about DeJuan Wheat, who I wanted to be. Like, all of these people are Louisvillians, peeps.
They are. And a lot of that's before my time, but did you ever check out Keelan Martin and Quentin Snyder at Ballard?
I didn't.
They put on the show. They the top 2 scores in Ballard history.
I know, man. I got respect for him, and I most certainly got respect for Keelan. I just seen his daddy the other day.
He was a dog. He was
Coach Martin, nigga played at Ballard with Allen Houston. He coached
did?
us our 8th grade year, Mazik, me and Ray John them. He only coached us 1 year. He only coached 1 year.
And that was that
we
year?
was we was so good that the nigga coached 1 year. Man, Allen Houston, man, we had Nike bags, Nike shoes, everything.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm saying? Coach Martin, man, I love Coach Martin, man. Real dude. You'll catch him all the time up at the courthouse advocating for children. Like a nigga like me, I was with one of my other jobs. I got like 3-4 jobs. You know what I'm saying? And all of my jobs are dealing with the community, helping people's kids and families. It's the only thing I do. Right. Everything I do is good for people, and my pocket. They ain't mutually exclusive at this point. At this point, I'm a professional. Ain't no angst about talking about money. Nah, you gotta pay me for what I'm professional at. Right. And if you ain't got it to pay me, I understand we can probably work around it. But if it ain't good for my people, I don't want your money though. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But if it's good for my people, and I need to make sure it's good for my purse because I got family to feed. 6 kids, 2 dogs. Quit playing with it. Right. You feel what I'm saying? But Mr. Martin, and I know about Keelan and shit like that, and Quentin. Quentin Snyder's actually on a low-key lifestyle on the dirt boat this year.
I seen that.
Yeah.
I said, what happened to Newberg? Do you know what happened with that?
So low-key lifestyle is Newberg.
Okay, same rebrand.
Basically, but they rebrand LKLS, man. That's their thing right now. So I'm feeling that. I like low-key lifestyle.
I like it too.
Yeah, a lot of us need to be a little more low-key. Everybody's trying to be out and in the open and everything. I like low-key lifestyle. So they got Quentin Snyder, Lil Chucky and them coming back and everything. Yeah. You feel me? Rest in peace to Don. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Don. Good, very good basketball player. But my Mount Rushmore is literally a mountain.
I seen it.
Not just 4
pictures. It's hard to pick 4 people though. It's hard to,
And my family's a basketball family. My mama loved these niggas. Mama watched basketball. Mama can break down basketball. My granny them watch that shit.
So what area of the city would you say had, got the most?
I'm going to go ahead and be a little bit biased, but not biased. Early years, like late 80s, early 90s and shit, Southwick.
Yeah.
Southwick. You got Deshaun Standard, and this is not even one of the best basketball players. I just got to mention him because he went to Cornell, nigga, straight from the projects. Niggas don't go to Cornell.
Right, it's an Ivy League,
man. Quit playing.
Yeah.
Deshaun Standard. You got Charlie Taylor. You got Danielle Macklin. You got Carlos Turner. You got J.J. Waters. You even got Killer, Jermaine Brown, Derek Anderson. You got all of these studs. You got K-Ron. I don't know if Derek Wilcox is from there, whatever. Derek Wilcox, he's on the wall at Pleasure Ridge Park. It's just so many of them that came out in them 90s, and they come from them projects. So they got that umph in them. They was grown early. You feel what I'm saying? They got a lot of, so I would say then, but recently, and also even you had some guys then, but the East End.
Yeah, the East End.
You go with Eastern, man, with with Trent Coward and all of them, and the Wacy's and all of these guys, and even Moan and some of the other people. I can't even think of the names right now, but just to be quite honest, over the last decade or so, 15 years, I say East End and Newburgh.
Yeah. And it kind of reflects on the dirt boat because they've been going back at it for championships.
Man, East End and Newburgh.
East End and Newburgh.
Just exactly what you said, peeps. Yeah.
So who would you say is who's the favorite to win it this year?
Mighty East.
Really?
The Mighty East, man. They always loaded, man. You dig what I'm saying?
Montre's a monster. I see him playing. And, he played for PRP too, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a Panther.
Yeah.
And I say it all the time. Montre every year is my favorite top 3 player. Sometimes they be trying to hold them back. One thing I don't like in the dirt bowl when you got 3, 4, 5 coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got 3, 4, 5 coaches, some end up getting missed. And most teams, when you got too many coaches, you don't win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Trey is always top 5 to me. Trey is a real dog. I love Montre Harris, bro.
I think wasn't it last year his first year in the dirt ball?
No. I think he played year before that as well. He played with the East End at least 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember last year he's went off like that. And I think I was at that game. Was it the game before the Sweet 16? They hit him with 2 bullshit texts, and he got. I think his team would have made a run. They hit him with 2 bullshit texts, so he got ejected from that game. His team ended up winning it to make it to the Sweet 16, and he had to sit out a game or 2, and they lost that first game.
Who?
Montre.
Trey played with the East End last year.
I'm talking about in high school. I'm talking about in high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't up on the high school when he was in high school and shit like that.
Because that period with Quentin Snyder at like 12 and maybe between about 15, I was real big in the hoops. I was going to games.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, they had a squad, man. I think they'd have made a run, but they gave him a bullshit tag. They teed him up real quick. Man,
I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, he got suspended at towards the end of that. Well, he got put out the game because he got 2 texts. And by rule, I think he got to sit out a game or 2, and they went to Rupp. He had to sit out that game, of course, and they lost the game. But they was loaded.
Yeah, around them years, I was really thugging a little bit. We was hooping and shit, but I really wasn't keeping up with hooping and shit like that. You know what I mean? I was thugging, trying to have a family, and then, like I said, I was Sellersburg, what's the name of this, then the third, trying to get some money, trying to put down a play, trying to take something from somebody, trying to do something for somebody. That was kind of sort of the cycle.
So what before we get out of here, what message would you have to the youth? This maybe looking for a little guidance.
Man. So one thing that I choose is my motto, man. I try to wake up every day and make sure the world know that it's a better place because I'm in it, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a message that I would give to everybody, man. Find your purpose, man. Find your mission, man. Understand that how giving back could be a part of your purpose, man. Like live with the fervor and the heart that I want to make the world a better place because I survived. I had thought about it once I realized that I had the power to take life.
Yeah.
And I could do things to people. And after I did that, I'm like, damn. My mama said me and my brother was the greatest thing she ever had. And my brother passed away. And if the only thing that my mama can give birth to was a serial killer, I'm like, nah, hell no. She deserves more than that. And once I realized that I got that power, I'm like, and I realized who I was all my life. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be the type of person that help preserve life rather than take life. I ain't going to be no whore. I ain't going to be pushed into no corner, and you can't take nothing that's mine, especially my life, without no rebuttal or getting bumped back on. That's just how it's going to be. But my advice or, my words of wisdom for anybody, man, find your calling, man. Make sure you understand that service to others is the rent you pay for your life. We ain't do shit to be able to be born.
Right.
Our parents did that shit, and then happened to be the sperm that got there that made our little nappy head asses, people. We ain't do shit. So for that penance, for that being born, we gotta give service to others, man. We gotta look out for other people. We gotta take care of our community. We gotta give what a motherfucker gave to us. That's life, love, liberty, and the pursuit of whatever the fuck make you happy, man.
Right.
I think everybody deserves that, man. So find your calling, bro. Be at peace with who you are. And listen, please understand this. There is a lot of things that we learn in this life. And granted, we need all those things. We need to understand money. We need to understand the streets. We need to understand women and men. We need to understand that. But most importantly, nigga, you need to understand yourself. Yeah. Knowledge of self, bro. Knowledge of self is basically what I teach. That's what we're doing at Hope by Hope, bro. We've been creating a curriculum since I got out. We got a curriculum now, program Opportunities for Options. So O4O. And what we do is basically teach help with emotional intelligence of young boys like ourselves and basically help give them keys to elevation. So we got our core principles, KORE. That's knowing one's resources to elevation. And our core principles are the principles that I use in my life and Lee uses in his life. Respect, first for yourself and others. Discipline and accountability, because they go hand in hand. Peace and positive action, and also mental and physical wellness. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like at anybody's core, they need to have those things. It don't matter if you're going to be in a gangster or an accountant. It don't matter if you're gonna be a stay-at-home dad or a college professor. Nigga. You gotta have some respect for your damn self and other people. You gotta have some accountability and discipline for yourself. You gotta respect your body and your mind. And if you put peace and positive action in front of you, that's what's gonna materialize. These are the things that I use in my life on the daily, peeps.
Mm-hmm.
If I get into an argument with you my homie, me and my mama get into an argument and I lose my car keys all in the same day,
Right.
one thing I do, man, I go check the cupboard. Let me see. All I've been doing is eating snacks all week, Brody.
Uh-huh.
I ain't worked out. No wonder. Let me find my resources to elevation, bro. Let me start waking up early. Let me work out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Let me fix myself. Or if I'm trying to figure out what my next move is in life, I don't force shit. I sit back, man. I'm gonna wake up early.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna exercise a little bit more. I'm gonna go back to my roots, playing basketball. I'm gonna write me a rap. You dig what I'm saying? That's peace and positive action. That's respecting myself and others. That's the discipline, then my accountability. And that's my mental and physical wellness doing all of that. And then eventually, before you know it, a door opens itself up. This is the way to go. A path shows itself to a nigga like me.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what we teach at Hope by Hope, bro. This is part of our curriculum and shit, man.
That's dope, man. So how can somebody that want to get involved with Hope by Hope, how would they, how would they go about that?
First of all, man, you can reach out to me, man. Holler me on Instagram. I'm Power Circle 1. Reach out to me on Hope by Hope 15. Shoot us a DM, man. Y'all can call my number, man. Run into me. I'm always outside. You're going to find me at the Dirt Bowl. You're going to find me at the YMCA at the mentorship program. I'm the case manager, formerly known as the Children of Incarcerated Parents program. I'm there. I'm at California Community Center with 2 Not 1 with the Fathers program. I'm basically a facilitator there at that program. What else I do? I'm always outside. I'm gonna be at Shawnee High School, the commentator for the basketball games. I'm gonna be at the Dirt Bowl. Run up on me, man. Tell me how you want to help. How can you provide help or whatever it is that you want to do? We got your back. There's a lot of people wanting to be mentors.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen that a lot of dudes think just because they went to penitentiary and they can run their mouth a little bit that they could be mentors. And granted, you might got a story, but there's things that you need to learn about being mentors.
Right.
I've created a training to
Mm-hmm.
help niggas, man. You want to be a mentor on the street? Come holler at me, man. I'll put you through the training, man. Give you a little certification by me, by lead, by the streets. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And you go and use that to mentor your nephews. Use that to run your own programs and shit like that. Even our program, bro, our curriculum. We got 4, 5 different curriculums. We got an entrepreneurship curriculum. We got an emotional intelligence curriculum. We got therapeutic rehabilitation. We got a boys to men, which is basically, amateur to pros, which basically help kids in whichever direction that they want to go. We got templates for it. If you're a real nigga, you got some real motion and you really trying to help people and you putting people first, we'll give this shit to you, nigga. Implement your own shit, bro. We gonna get our paper about it.
Right.
Bro, this shit is for the community. Only thing I ever wanted to be for my people, bro, is useful.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I read. This is why I learned. This is why I went through all the bullshit that I went through and ate all the pain and all the struggle. I remember asking God for make sure I could feel every emotion that there was, people.
Mm-hmm.
Simply so I could be a good leader.
Right.
And I remember going through that shit, bro, at the times. And I'm like, bro, life is just hard, bro. It's fucked up. And then after a couple of years, I get some clarity. I'm like, damn, I remember in college, I asked for all this shit. I asked God to get. I ain't never asked God for nothing that He ain't give to me. This is why I got to be authentic with who I am and who what I represent.
Right.
He always gave me everything I asked for, even when I asked for pain, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The best struggle has made more kings than privilege.
It has.
All day, Brody.
It is. You're going to learn a lot more in them valleys than you learn in the mountains, man.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to think about that as black folks. When I was younger, and I've always been heady. I've always been cerebral. I could always think.
Mm-hmm.
My bad if we going over.
No, you go do your thing.
But I could always think, and one thing I always thought, I'm like, man, we always feel like we got it bad, but truth be told, we be fighting. We got hand-eye coordination and shit.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up with no money and still make it work.
Right.
Like niggas be outside balling. Family ain't got shit. We put the money together, make it make sense. Like we ain't scared of failure and shit because we been feeling like we
Right.
kind of got it good because we got all the strength that we need.
Mm-hmm.
Truth be told, but niggas always become victims of their circumstances and we end up overdoing everything. Just like the greens that we cook.
Yeah.
We overdo every motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
We can do everything in moderation, but we do everything to the fucking fullest extent. And that be the issue with us. Now,
Yeah.
I get it if you got to be a hustler, you got to be a gangster because that's the only thing that was there for you.
Mm-hmm.
You get it, but this shit, you know it ain't for a lifetime, nigga. You don't know nobody that won. And for the people who felt like they won, ask them how much did they lose. I know some niggas that's rich niggas. They brothers dead.
Mm-hmm.
They lost so many homies.
Right.
They took all of these L's and shit like that. They best friends gone. This, that, and the third. Like, niggas don't really get no wins out of this shit. You know,
Right.
the win is that if a nigga still alive. And a lot of niggas still alive because they went to penitentiary.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard people say all the time, penitentiary save their lives, man.
Man, penitentiary save a zillion niggas' lives, people.
Mm.
Penitentiary save a zillion niggas' lives. I'm even inclined, I only did 2 years. I'm inclined to say that them 2 years when I went in 2015, when that murder rate started rising,
Mm-hmm.
either I was going to be a part, I was going to add to the murder rate,
Yeah.
or I was going to add to the murder rate.
Right.
I think it was a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm willing to accept the notion that penitentiary probably saved my life.
Mm.
It saved a lot of niggas' lives.
It did.
Man, out of sight, out of mind. It'll make beef go. I be beefing with you, nigga. I go do 8 years. By the time you come home, or by the time I come home, nigga, I got a daughter. Feel me?
Mm-hmm.
My homie done passed away. I done lost this, that, and the third. Now I'm a different nigga, peeps. I'm gonna let that slide.
I ain't worried about that small shit. Yeah.
And it was different back then because we was doing shit to each other.
Mm-hmm.
See, now it's gonna be hard for people to let shit go because niggas shoot niggas' mama.
Yeah.
Niggas hitting a nigga's daughter.
It is, man.
Niggas hitting niggas' niece. So, like, even if I do 8 years, bitches is on for life.
Yeah, it's hard to in certain. It's easy for us to say we on the outside of it. I mean,
Yes,
let that
sir.
shit go. But sometimes it's up forever.
Sometimes it's up forever just simply because of the way that they did it. And then so many people are rappers,
Mm-hmm.
you keep on saying it and bringing it to the forefront.
Right.
Like,
I can't even let it go if I wanted to.
No, you can't.
Right.
Here you go. One thing that we are as men, and we was born with this ego, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you gonna keep on chastising the man.
Right.
And imagine if you was on the other end.
Yeah.
You're gonna always go after it. It's always gonna be up. Nigga, you shot my mama, or you shot my auntie, or you shot my uncle, or you shot my little cousin for no fucking reason.
Mm.
You know, I come up with gangsters, people will let you slide.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I believe a gangster accepts whatever comes with it. Whatever comes with it. I choose to play by these rules and I accept whatever comes with it. So that means if I catch you with your daughter and your mom and them, I'm gonna let you slide. And some niggas will be like, man, but shit, he might catch me off guard next time. Nigga, don't be off guard. Or deal with the game how it comes.
Right.
That's gangster. Not because you might get caught off guard because you like slipping and you like fucking bitches and you like drinking drink that you gonna shoot up the car with his daughter and them. And you niggas is lame, bro. With all due respect, because niggas is shooters.
Yeah.
Like, you niggas is lame, peeps. I don't give a fuck. Niggas will shoot their cousin or their brother and shit like that. Nigga, that's
Over
creating
some dumb shit.
Bro, yes. My fault.
Go ahead.
But that's creating generational trauma and shit. Nigga, you'll
It
kill
is.
your granny's son. Do you know what that's doing to your bloodline, nigga? You are your granny's grandson, nigga?
Mm-hmm. Over a few dollars or something.
Over a neighborhood that do you niggas don't. I hate to say the colloquial shit or the regular shit that we always talk about, but over some shit that don't no nigga own.
Mm.
Nigga ain't really think about it to take their heroin and dope money to go buy the store. The Arabs did it. If a nigga's a gangster for real, get with me. Let's get organized. Let's make sure the Arabs donate to the backpack giveaway or the what's the name of giveaway. We tell them they come with $200. They don't come with $200, no problem, cool. 90 days we go back, we want $50, $500. They don't do it to $500 after they done made $500 million in our neighborhood, then see what happened next time you come this motherfucker.
Right.
That's what I believe gangster is. But ain't nobody hard enough for that. We only hard enough to kill each other.
Mm.
Breonna Taylor, 5 years, rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. When that shit was going on downtown, I called people that shot people for me, that robbed people with me, this, that, and the third. And I asked all of them to go down there, man, let's go represent us.
Yeah.
Every single nigga said no.
Mm.
I went down there with 9, 10, 15, and 14-year-olds, nigga.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a grown man. Kiani, rest in peace to the realest. Kiani like, Dre, you know I ain't with that shit, but I'm gonna show up down there for you.
Right.
But nigga, all these niggas, all y'all, whoever's wild now, I call niggas. Man, you know, Brody, you know, man, I would, but nah, what it really is, with all due respect, niggas was scared. And niggas will shoot me in my face.
Yeah.
Niggas will shoot you in your face. When niggas won't go down there and stand up for injustice with these black people, and you got sons and daughters and shit that are black kids. Ah, man, don't get me started, nigga. That shit had me hot.
It was a wild time right there, man. R.P. Breonna Taylor.
Rest
I was
in
down there
peace.
for a little bit. I was down there. What was that coalition? The NFC, the black coalition.
Oh, yeah. With my mans to come
Uh,
through, the one nigga.
What's Jam Master? What was his name?
Jam Master J or Jam Master
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
I was down there. That was crazy right there,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
It
I
was.
was there. I wanted to put together, we was trying to put together a little group called LOL.
Mm-hmm.
It was just leaders of Louisville. Because when they was vandalizing everything, it turned this motherfucker up.
Yeah.
Which I agree with to a degree.
Uh-huh.
But I wanted to make sure they understood what was local shit.
Me and my friend fell out about that. He wanted me to go loot. I'm like, bro, that's a young man. Yeah. I'm not doing that goofy.
I didn't. I took my boys down there so we can represent. Rest in peace, Mike Newby. Because when I was in high school, I remember at Pleasure Ridge Park, there was a kid named Mike Newby. He might have been a little bit older than me. But he had his hands handcuffed, and I think his hands was behind his back. He turned around, ran away, and police shot him.
Mm-hmm.
Gunned him down, right down on Longworth and shit like that.
Right.
And I remember being in high school, I'd be like, damn, if we was in another city, I bet you they would go crazy and riot. I'm like, but Louisville ain't gonna do that shit.
Right.
But all of those years later, we end up having to do it. And the very first thing, I took all those boys down there with me. They mamas had called me too. Sorry, moms. Sorry, y'all. But I believe that we was in an inflection point.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, listen, man, y'all mamas told me not to take y'all. And truth be told, I'm inclined to do what they said. But I also believe as young men, there's gonna be a time when a man gotta be able to make his own decision. We are taking heed what a woman says, but this is what makes us men.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all want to make this decision, understand why we going down this motherfucker. Not to just be chaotic, not to just do bogus shit. Nah, hell no, we going down here to represent the people that can't represent. And I need y'all to stand for yourselves. So we end up going down there. You know what I mean? We put on our masks and shit. We went down there. First thing I wrote on the ground was Mike Newby's name, bro. Just because I remember that so many years. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And we went down there. It was a group of us, my son, them, my nephews. My nephew was big. Listen, you gonna be the slowest, so you need to watch everybody. And he's kind of the that for our family right now too.
Yeah.
Like you gonna be in the back. Sheen, you a little smaller. Y'all stay with this group right here. We stay with this. If something ever happened, then all of us are gonna come back and we gonna meet right here under the Hall of Justice thing, because this is when shit was going off.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So we go out there, we see a big ass circle, see Ted's in the middle, and this, that, and the third. And all my nephews know I can speak, and they know me. And the homie's like, get the microphone, get the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't that type of nigga.
Right.
I do want it, but I'm like, we ain't safe yet. Let's see what we don't even know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. So we went and got on higher ground, and we looked around, and we could see that there was a group of people right here, and there was a group of people right here, and then there was a group of white people over here doing shit behind their hand. And I was seeing all this shit, and I would see big old white dudes come through and shit, and they got on police gear and shit. And I'm like, they ain't here for no Black life that matter.
Right.
Listen, bro, I'm telling you, I was looking at them. I'm like, them niggas ain't here for no Black lives that matter.
No, they
And I
aren't.
was like, you know what, y'all? We great stay together. We ain't getting on no bullhorn. We ain't doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna stay together. So we end up doing what we doing. I remember a white lady walking past us, man. And she was walking past us, bro. We was sitting there. We had sprayed hope by hope. My cousin was still in penitentiary. Everybody was repping. She walked past and she just dropped a thing of spray paint. She said, "Oops, I dropped this," in front of us. And it was basically like, "Oh, do you guys want it?" Or basically do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And, some shit was going on. And I walk up to the thing. I see my son. Like, I could see my son. And it was cut off. I couldn't see what was behind what he was looking at.
Yeah.
And he just standing there, still face. And I'm like, Sheen, what's... And I turned the corner, nigga. So many police officers and riot gear and shit right there. And my son was like, I don't want to exaggerate, but basically, where this end of the couch is and that end of the couch is, this is my son. Those are the police officers, all of them. And my nigga just looking fired up.
Yeah.
And I got to be a daddy at this point.
Yeah.
Listen, boy, I love you, my nigga. This is the way you stand up. Represent well. I'm glad you're right here, but what we ain't gonna be is dumb niggas.
Right.
It's people back there throwing shit and hiding their hand. They throwing shit and you on the front line, nigga.
Right.
You ain't about to be a victim to this dumb shit, nigga. And whatever you willing to do, I'm going with you even if we die right here. but we ain't gonna never be no dumb niggas. I'm telling you, people, it was people throwing shit in their hand.
That was a crazy time.
I've seen so much shit.
It was almost like a nationwide protest, man, because everybody, like, that was like George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, like, it sparked a nationwide. They was riding everywhere, man. I'm all for it, man. Like,
and the pandemic at the same time.
Yeah, man. It was a crazy time, man.
I'm for it. I'm for organized chaos. I'm a firm believer in if you don't give me my peace and shit, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it. I'm a peaceful dude.
You're right.
But to be quite honest,
you fuck with me, I'm
gonna try to take it. I'm gonna try to get at you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to get at you. And I live my life in peace, so I don't gotta worry about that now. But like all of that, my freedom and shit, nigga, you cannot have it. My free thinking, you cannot have it. I swear to God, I don't give a fuck who you are. Not my family members. I go with anybody about my free thinking, about my freedom. I love my mama more than anything on the planet. My mama can't have my free thinking, peeps.
Right.
Nobody
somebody
can
control your emotions and stuff. They can control you, man. I always you gotta stay level headed.
Got to.
But the conversation is amazing, man. We can go on for hours and hours, man. But we gonna this will be a good stopping point. Follow bigandlazy.com. You get your merch. We got an email blast. You got a subscription service. Big and Lazy, there it is, the merch tab. You click on the merch, we got everything. We appreciate all the love and support. Big and Lazy Pod is the Instagram. B_BIF. B Fines is my personal.
Okay. Make sure y'all go Instagram, Waters. That's WATTERS, WATERS. Soon as you put that WATT in, that big W is us. Come and grab yourself a splash pack, man. If you got a business, holler at me, man. We pull up. I drop them off. If you got a business, I'll drop them off. Catch me on the back end, man. And follow my personal page at Power Circle 1. And get y'all kids in these programs. Come and holler at me if y'all need some help with anything we can do. Dirt Bowl, June 7th. I love you, Louisville. I absolutely adore you.
Catch me outside, man. I might do some street interviews, man, at the Dirt Bowl. I'm always there, but I might do some street interviews, man, and tap in with the people.
Sure.
This podcast was produced by B. Haywood for Confirmed Podcast Network.